25-yard line.
What's up, guys? Swift here, covering everything Chicago Bears. I just finished watching the condensed game 3 times. I wanted to get back with you guys, give you some of my thoughts on the game. There were a lot of positives, there were some negatives. The conditions for this one were just awful. Let's get right into it. The offense came out hot, marching down the field and scoring a touchdown to go up 7-0. Justin Fields was 3 for 3 for 31 yards and a touchdown. The Bears' opening drive lasted 8 plays and resulted in 7 points. Quite an impressive start, but it would be the end of the Bears' offensive fireworks for the day. Unfortunately, the next 51 offensive plays only totaled 6 points. This was a very underwhelming performance for our offense. The offensive line struggled to open holes in the running game or protect Justin Fields in the passing game. We really missed Tevin Jenkins and Cody Whitehair. Michael Schofield got bullied. It looked like Mustipher regressed without much help on the interior. Larry Borom got benched. Dieter Iceland would end up coming in and playing a lot of snaps. The offense just never got into a rhythm, and the Bills' defense and Leslie Frazier have to be given credit for shutting down our running game. The Bears' identity is to run the football, and the Bills flat out took it away. The Bears averaged less than 3 yards per carry and ran the ball 29 times for 80 yards. 29 times, only 80 yards rushing. They also contained Justin Fields. He had his worst rushing performance of the season. The Bills ran the ball 31 times for 254 yards. The same 2 problems we've had all season, paired with the Bills also stopping our run game, was a recipe for disaster. The 35-13 score makes it feel like it was a blowout, but the Bears went into halftime up 10-6 and were only down 1 score late in the fourth quarter. The defense played very well today, outside of an inability to stop the run. It was weird to watch as the Bills struggled the entire half passing the football. A lot of fans watching the game with me today asked the same question I did. When are the Bills going to realize that all they have to do to win this game is just run it right up the middle? It's literally all they needed to do. We couldn't stop it. Every time they ran the ball, they had incredible success. They averaged over 8 yards a carry on this one. Their offensive line was bullying our defensive line, but for some reason they continued to call Josh Allen passes, and our defense continued to come up with big plays and keep the Bears in this game. Kyler Gordon had a big-time interception for the 2nd straight week. Nicholas Morrow also had a pick, and Matthew Adams did a patented peanut punch to force a fumble, which was recovered by Elijah Hicks. He was bringing that energy. The Bills would put it away late as we simply could not stop the run. Singletary and James Cook both had about 100 yards and a touchdown. Josh Allen would also score 3 touchdowns, and on a cold day in Chicago, the Bears moved closer to landing a top pick in the NFL draft. One positive takeaway on offense is that Velus Jones Jr. led this game in receiving. That's right, not just the Bears. He led the entire game. He had more receiving yards than Gabe Davis or Stephon Diggs either. His big play potential and home run speed will remain a real threat in the NFL. If he can put it all together, Velus Jones Jr. still has a ton of potential. Stop giving up on rookies. Speaking of rookies, Kyler Gordon continues playing awesome football. He was even matched up on Stephon Diggs a ton today and shut him down for the most part, and then came away with a huge interception in the end zone and returned it for 35 yards. A lot to like from our young players today, especially the guys in the secondary. Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, who did make a couple mistakes, and Jalen Jones all played very well. The biggest disappointment on offense was N'Keal Harry not getting a single target. I do have to point out that the conditions for this one had to be miserable to try to pass the ball. The Bills even had much more success on the ground and threw 2 interceptions, and they are one of the best passing offenses in the entire league. Overall, there was a lot to like in this one. A lot of people are questioning Luke Getsy's play calling, but you have to realize our offensive line was in shambles today. Our 5th-round rookie left tackle that most people didn't expect to be a starter this year was our best lineman today. We had over-the-hill veterans on the right side of the line, and we're trying all kind of combinations around Sam Mustipher, who didn't play well himself. You have to also realize how hard it is to pass the ball in negative 10-degree wind chill and extremely windy conditions. The Bears somehow managed for the second straight week to play a Super Bowl contender very tough, even though we lack the roster talent to compete with them and we're missing a lot of starters due to injury. The major turning point in this game was about halfway through the 4th quarter. First up, about 13 minutes left, and Justin Fields throws a complete bomb to Velus Jones Jr. We're down 21-10 at this point in time. Justin Fields had just hit Velus Jones Jr. with his biggest catch of his career. We have the ball at the 25-yard line, and what happens after the Velus Jones Jr. pass? 3 straight runs, setting up a 4th and 2. Fields then completes a pass to Ryan Griffin, and he stretches for the first down. The play is overturned via review, and instead of having 1st and 10 inside the red zone and a chance to make it a 4-point game, the call goes against us, and we get 0 points, and the Bills get the ball. This was a momentum killer. Griffin's knee was down before he stretched, but the ball was still right on the line. I have no idea how they just ruled it Bills' ball without even respotting the ball and then measuring to see if they got the first. It seemed to be a mistake in my opinion, but just like that, it was Bills' ball and the momentum was sucked out of the stadium. But then 2 plays later, Nicholas Morrow comes up with another huge turnover for the Bears defense, as for some reason the Bills keep trying to pass. I don't know why they were doing it. Josh Allen, on the play he threw the pick, he had all the time in the world and then just threw the ball right into Nicholas Morrow's chest. If they would have just ran the ball, they would have easily picked up the first down. But then Getsy tries again after the turnover. He comes out and tries to get the running game established again, even though we only had 4 yards rushing the entirety of the second half, and it just wasn't working. He tries Khalil Herbert and Monty on back-to-back runs, and we lose 2 yards and put Justin Fields in a position of 3rd and 12, in which he then is under immediate pressure, has no chance, ends up scrambling for a few yards, goes out of bounds, and we settle for a field goal. Unfortunately, after those 2 failed drives inside the Bills' 30-yard line, the defense wouldn't get any more turnovers, and the Bills would finally start leaning on the run game and put this one away. But it was 21-13. With about 8 minutes left in this game, we were only down 1 score. It wasn't a blowout, and then the Bills finally decided to run the ball. I know people are frustrated with Getsy running the ball too much, but remember Chase Claypool and Darnell Mooney were out, so were Cody Whitehair and Tevin Jenkins. On top of that, it was negative 11 degrees, wind chill, and really windy, just a tough one. But the loss did open up the possibility of the Bears landing the number 1 overall pick in the upcoming draft. Stay tuned. I'll be studying the tape and breaking down the All-22 as soon as it's available. Until next time, keep your head up. Better times are coming, Bear fans. Happy holidays to everyone, and bear down.